Hello folks, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the interactive elements in Web Intelligence. I have a Webby document that I've already created here. It's off of the eFashion universe. I'll quickly show you the query. Simple report with a few dimensions and measures pulled in. As a first step, let's go ahead and add a hyperlink. Let's say I wanted to add a hyperlink to the title of this report. What I would do is click on the title, go to report elements, linking, and then over here add hyperlink. Let's say I add a link to Wikipedia. Paste in the URL here, say parse. Over here I would like a new window. Say OK. Okay. Wait for it to update. Now when I click on this, it should open up the browser with the link, with Wikipedia on it. So that's about adding hyperlink. Let's now again take a look at adding hyperlink, but this time what we do is add a hyperlink within a table and pass a parameter to your URL or have a dynamic element in the URL. Let's add a hyperlink to the state column. Again, go to linking, add hyperlink. Again, we'll go to Wikipedia, and this time as the title of the page, we'll pass on the name of the state. So this has been taken from Wikipedia, this URL with the dynamic parameter title. I'll go in and parse. When I parse, it's going to give me the option to customize the dynamic element of the URL. For title, I'm going to go to this drop down, select an object, and say state. Again, go and make sure that this is a new window. There's a tooltip option here, so let's go ahead and say click here for more information. Okay. Let it update. Now you see how all the states have a hyperlink in them. Let's go ahead and click on California. It opens up Wikipedia and it passes the state name to the title of the page, and hence it opens up California on Wikipedia. Likewise, we try something else, New York, and here it opens up New York. So yeah, that's it about adding URLs with dynamic elements to your table. Let's take a quick look at the tooltip. It says click here for more information. We could enhance this further to add a state value or basically use a formula. Go back here, say edit hyperlink. You see how it says click here for more information. Let's let's build a formula here. So what we do is come up here, equal to put this all information, double quotes, add or concatenate the name of the state to it. Say OK. Say OK. And this time when I move over the state, I should be able to see the name of the state in the tooltip. You see how it says click here for more information. There should be an on there on California. Yep, and so on. Okay, so that was it about adding hyperlinks and adding hyperlinks with dynamic elements in the URL. Next, let's take a look at linking from one document to another. So let's say over here I have only state level information. I want to drill down into city level information. This report right now has the city level information, but let's just assume it doesn't have it, and I want to go to another report every time I click on the state. Over here I have already created another report with the state prompt. It's eFashion state prompt report, and if I modify it, let's take a look at the data coming in or the data provider, and you'll see that it's very similar to the previous one, except that it has a city name and a store name, assuming the previous one did not have these details. And over here I've put a query filter or a prompt, which when the report is run, it's going to prompt the user for the name of the state. You select California and run the report, and you're going to get all the store names or all the cities and store names in California. So I'm going to go close this report. Now, from my original report, what we want to do is create a link to this other report that I showed you. So what I'm going to do is remove link, and over here there should be one that says create a document link, and I did not see that. Why? If you go to preferences, web intelligence, you'll see that it says rich internet application for creating and editing documents. It should actually be web. That's the only one, and it should work. Save and close. I have to refresh my page, so let's do a quick refresh. Documents, e-fashion sales. Okay, the hyperlink is no more here because I had not saved it, but that's okay. Okay, now let's go to state. What we want to do is create good linking, and now you see there is a document linking option. Say add document link, browse, e-fashion state prompt, open, enter values for state, and for object it's already taken the state. Target window, new window, that's good. I'm going to leave the tooltip blank, say OK. This time when I click on California, it should show me all the states in California, or all the stores and states or cities in California. Okay, that's California. If I were to click on Texas, it should show me the corresponding values or entries in Texas. Yeah, that was it. So that was about creating a link between documents. Next, let's take a look at what is called element link. Basically, let's say I have multiple elements in my report. In this case, I have 2 tables and a chart. I want this state from this table to act as an element or act as an input to the values here or to other elements in the report. To do so, what I do is click on this table and say element, add element link, state, next, it's going to be equal to, element link is always equal to, select the charts or select the components which you want to get affected based on your input. I'm going to select both these, block 2 and chart 1, say finish. Now watch what happens. I click on California. It filters out the results on these other 2 elements based on what I have clicked in my first table. Now we need not necessarily have only one element in the table, or one column in the table. You could have more columns and it will still work. As an example, you could have sales revenue here, it doesn't matter. I could actually in fact click on any column and it'll still do the filtering. That was element link, wherein I'm using a table as an input control to control other elements on my report. Keep in mind it's specific to the report tab that you are in. Now we could also use a chart as a control for the other elements in your report. In this case I have a pie chart here, and if I wanted I could use that as the control. What I do is right click on the chart and share linking, add element link, go next, select block 2, block 1 is my chart, finish. And then you could click over any value here to filter it accordingly. Next, let's take a look at creating input controls. In a way, the element link that I showed you is also input controls. As you see, it's coming up here. Every time you select a value, values are showing up here, and it comes under this input controls. Now, what we do is, instead of creating the element links, we create different kind of input controls. Now, for the first one, let's create an input control on state. From all these options here, you select the one that says input controls, say new, select state, radio button, next. Effect, let's say I'm not going to select the chart, I'm just going to select the second one here which says block 1-1. See how it affects the first and second table, and it does not affect the chart here because I have not selected it. I could go back in here and modify it if I like, for which I go to this option here that says edit, go to dependencies and select block 2. This time you'll see that even this chart here is getting affected. Let's go add one more, and this time we'll go add it from up here. Analysis. Back here, let's say I've clicked on city, and I'm going to say new input control. I'm going to say combo box. See how it already comes up with this second block here, and city is already selected here. And I'm going to say affect the others also. Finish. Okay. I'm going to say California. It already filtered down Los Angeles and San Francisco. It won't filter them out here in the input control, so be careful of what you select. You select this value. It's obviously not going to show anything. San Francisco it will show me. And let's go back and change this to list box. Say OK. So basically you can select multiple values for your city. Los Angeles, San Francisco. Okay. For all values. Okay. So yes, that was about adding input controls, and if you want to remove them, you just go here and say remove. So the input control will be removed. Also a quick look at what's called sliders, or basically these are input controls that you would put on numeric values. I have already created one here on sales revenue. And let's take a quick look at what it is. Basically is a double slider, and you have to specify the min value, max value. I've specified 1 million and 10 million, and an increment value which I've specified as 500,000 here, and a default value, let's say 5 million. Here it shows only 2 cities because there are only 2 which have a total revenue of greater than 5 million. I slide it down, I'm going to see more cities. And if I bring it to 7 million, I'm going to see only, or if I bring it to 6.5 or 7, it's going to show me only New York. So yeah, that was the slider input controls. Thank you for watching, folks. Hope it was helpful.